guys, welcome to another episode of Make It Wednesday. All right, I love this series because I get to choose what you're gonna have for dinner. All right, so I was in a bit of a baked potato kind of mood today. So you guessed it, we're gonna make my loaded Asian style baked potato today. Oh, this is a good one. Now, the idea with the series is that these are recipes that you can count on to make tonight. So you could head to the shops after work, after you watch this video, you can grab the ingredients and it is very easily done for when you get home. Now, you can also come back and watch this video when you are cooking tonight and we can cook along together. So there you go. Now, one last thing, I'm also going to be here watching this with you guys. So please do take the chance to ask your questions in the comments below because I'm here at your service. And don't forget to shout out where you're watching from, what are you doing, having a glass of red wine or a coffee, depending on what time of day it is in your part of the world. All right, so let's get going on the potato part first of all. I'm a baked potato lover from way back. I feel like it's like when I was at university, a baked potato was something I survived on pretty much. But when you sort of add in a whole bunch of other special things, it can be a lot more than just a college or university student dinner. Now, what I'm doing with the potato here is I'm just poking it with a fork. This is just a rather large-ish kind of potato here. So we're going to do a combination of microwave and oven cooking for our baked potato, and that's just to kind of speed things up. But this first part is all about getting the potato cooked through the center. And then you just want to cover this with some cling film. So I'm going to get these potatoes into the microwave. All right, so while the potato is doing its thing, we're gonna make like a kind of mildly spicy porky topping. I do have some options here if you would rather steer away from like a chili spice. But first of all, let's get going on the pork part. So I'm just gonna heat this up and I just want some oil. Now wait for this to get really hot. Like whenever I'm cooking mince at home, I always get my pan like searingly hot. Because you know that thing where you throw your mince or your ground meat into the pan and then all of this water kind of bubbles up and then you end up just getting, sort of like stewed mince rather than seared mince. And what you're missing out on there, like if you're missing out on the sear and that like lovely crusty brown color, you're also missing out on flavor. So to try and ward off that kind of situation, you just want to get your pan like smoking hot. All right, so we're at the point now, we've got a little bit of like smoke coming off here. It's starting to get a bit scary. When it's scary, you know it's hot enough. Okay, so my mince is going to go in. Now, spread that mince out. And this is a pork mince. You could use beef mince, chicken mince, whatever you have handy at home, and then just really let it do its thing there. I mean, we're trying to develop that flavor that I was talking about. So just let it sit there and really develop that crust. And add a little bit of salt here as well. 3 or 4 minutes here at least. Now, I know that baked potato is such a favorite with lots of people. I'd love it if you guys could share how you do your baked potato. If anyone has some photos to share, that would be cool as well. I know I'm kind of doing a bit of an Asian twist on mine, but I reckon there must be so many cool like Tex-Mex baked potatoes out there or a whole bunch of different flavors. So hit us up in the comments, everyone. I'd also like to know if anyone has been trying out some of my Make It Wednesday recipes. If you have, let me know which ones you've tried out. I'd love to hear. So if you come in here and have a look, you'll see that I'm getting a lot of liquid coming out now. Now I find pork typically has a lot more liquid than beef when you do this kind of searing. So I'm really gonna still let this go a little bit longer, just until I can see all of that liquid has evaporated, and that's when you'll start to get that color underneath. So it's just a little extra step. It just takes a few more minutes, but it's gonna make a really big difference to the flavor at the end. All right, so now if we have a look, you can see there's not much of that liquid bubbling away now, and I can smell kind of like, like that hamburger kind of smell? That's telling me that we've got lovely browned meat in the pan. So let's have a look. Flip it over. Ah, yeah, see, look at that color. That's lovely. Oh, great. We've really gotten rid of a lot of that kind of like stewy, minced liquid, so that's awesome. We've got lots of lovely color there. So now I can get my aromatics in. Just gonna break that up a little bit. And of course, I didn't want to add the garlic or the gochujang, which I'm about to add in now, earlier, because I didn't want them to burn. So you can really concentrate on that high heat to start with, and then you can add in the rest of the things. So garlic, and gochujang. So gochujang is a fermented Korean chili paste. I find that when I'm not using that much here, so it's not going to be super spicy, but if you are cooking this for kiddos or people who aren't into chili heat as much as I am, you could totally do this with some hoisin sauce. So that would give it a really sweet flavour rather than a spicy flavour. A little bit of soy sauce here as well. I'm going to turn that heat down and let all of those flavours kind of make friends in there. Ah, yeah, things are looking really yum in here. Okay, I'm going to turn that heat off and I'm going to add in some tomato here, and I want to keep the tomato like really lovely and kind of fresh, like little pops of fresh tomato. So I am going to put it in just at the end here. And you could add in so many different things here, like I would often add in some baby spinach at home just so I can up my vegetable count. You could do some frozen corn kernels, some frozen peas, so many things that you could add in here. You could really just load it up with vegetables if you wanted to. Okay, I love that color. A few herbs here. I've got some chives and some coriander. And again, you could totally go your own adventure with the herbs. Even some nice basil would be nice. All right, I'll save some to sprinkle on at the end. Put the rest of these in. Oh, I love how colourful and fresh and lovely that looks. Okay, so make sure your oven is heating up while you're waiting for your potatoes. I've got my meat ready to go. I also have some sour cream and cheese. Oh, here we go. So let's get these out. And as I said at the start, so this is all about waiting for our potatoes to get nice and soft through the center. And then we're gonna bake them in the oven. So you kind of save around like half an hour or so, because you're not waiting for the oven to bake the potato through. Yeah, that's nice and soft now. So that was about 15 minutes all up for these rather large potatoes. Now, what I wanna do is grab a oven-safe dish, and then these are hot, so use tongs. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay. Now cut open your potatoes. That potato's nice and soft through there. It really does pay to sort of start them off in the microwave because it just, really saves you a lot of time. Okay, but you still get that baked potato vibe because we're gonna pop these into the oven as well. Cheese. Okay, this is looking good already. This goes into the oven around about 10 minutes or so, just until that cheese is all bubbly and golden and delicious. All right, I can smell the cheese. Dax, can you smell the cheese? It's okay, I think we're good to go. Okay. Looks so good. I love a baked potato. Appreciation moment for the cheese, please. And it's pretty cool that baked potato done this way takes, less than half an hour, which is good. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I want to do some sour cream. That's what I want to do. That looks so good. All right, now a nice sprinkling here of some fresh herbs. And there you go, my friends. I mean, I'm even really excited about this dinner. Now, if you are cooking along with me, I hope that your baked potato looks just as good as mine. So I can't wait to get in here. Oh my goodness, looks so good. Sour cream, some pork. Oh, look at that cheese. That's so good. Oh, that was so good. That potato is so soft and fluffy. Pork is so savory. And actually, do you know what, guys? It's not even really spicy at all. So if you did want to give it a try with the kids, I think this would be a good one. And I mean, who doesn't love sour cream? All right, guys, thank you for joining me again for another Make It Wednesday. I do hope you enjoy this one, and I hope I see you next week. Same time. Bye. Hey guys, if you want to know whenever I'm releasing something new and delicious, then you should hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that I can let you know every time something new is coming out. Thanks, see you.